So look, this dude right here is trending. Fernando Mendoza. Okay, this guy is the quarterback for the Indiana Hoosiers. It sounds funny saying that right now. Hoosiers. Previously played for the California Golden Bears. Mendoza won the Heisman Trophy as a member of the Hoosiers. Oh my God, I can't say that too many. Hoosiers in 2025, becoming the first winner in program history. Wow. Okay, when was that? I didn't know they announced that yet. When was the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner announced? Oh, that was today. That's why I put this together before that happened. That's amazing that picture right there, that's not him, right? But that's amazing cuz that must have just happened. Okay? So we're talking about this guy, and look, big day for him. Oh, that's the wrong article right there. Look, Dick Van Dyke turns 100 up there as well. But let me go back. Here's the article right here. I'm actually working on this. Let me go back to that real quick. I'm working on this story right here, and it is absolutely amazing. Wait until you see the connections in this one. Peter Green, Pulp Fiction died. It's a classic movie. But anyways, we want, as that alarm goes on off outside. I don't think that's me. Look, Fernando Mendoza. He's also the AP Player of the Year, Associated Press, after leading Indiana to a 13-0 record and top seed in the college football playoff. Okay, so now he wins that. He's a Heisman Trophy winner now. Okay, now where's that last football game right here? I really don't know a lot about college football. Okay, I just cover a trending story here or there when they're trending. You don't really have to know about the stuff you decode. You just have to know how to decode, right? And you just pick it up as you go. But this 3-point victory, 13-10 over Ohio State, looks like that was their last game right there. Uh, and we're gonna have a bunch of bowl games and everything upcoming as well. But you see this last game here, December 6th, over Ohio State with a 3-point victory. So I can't wait to show you here what I put together. Let me share this tab here, and we're going to watch a news clip. First Big Ten title since '67. We want to kind of remember that. This is interesting because I just covered the TJ Watt. What was it? A partially collapsed lung? It's interesting because TJ Watt, you see him right there. He played for Wisconsin, and now we get this story about Indiana quarterback, who Heisman Trophy winner, AP Player of the Year, Fernando Mendoza. But look, Indiana versus Wisconsin football is a long running Big Ten rivalry. You see that? Where Wisconsin has historically dominated. TJ Watt he played college there. He's trending, and now Fernando Mendoza's trending, who's on Indiana. And it doesn't stop there. And that's the thumbnail for that video, which landed really heavy, by the way. Okay, TJ Watt. That was on the fly, as you could tell by the thumbnail. I did that one on the fly. And this is the Big Ten, as you see right here. right? Indiana and Wisconsin, the Big Ten. Fernando Mendoza, his birthday is in the 10th month. To be exact, October 1st, 10/1. And check this out, named AP Player of the Year 10 weeks and 1 day after his 10th month, first day birthday. You see that? 101, 101. Now, check this out, because I mentioned Big Ten, Indiana, Wisconsin, TJ Watt trending with his collapsed lung. Look at TJ Watt's birthday. 10/11, 10 days after Fernando Mendoza. And they're both trending at the same time, connected with that Big Ten kind of rivalry that I read earlier. You see that? He's born in the 10th month as well. And I just did that story. There was more connections. There's a couple more here I'm going to bring up, but it could go on for days. So, and October 11 with the TJ Watt birthday, Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, I think is his position, right? 10/11 with his birthday is like 101, okay? 10/11, 1011, and then Fernando Mendoza 101. So, besides the fact of TJ's birthday being 10 days after Mendoza, even 10 is like 1. Ooh, that's amazing. I didn't even catch that till now. Both their birthdays in the 10th month. TJ's birthday 10 days after Mendoza, and then you get the Big Ten connection. And I might as well mention it one more time. Wow, Indiana's the number 1 seed. He's born on the 1st. Heisman Trophy, AP Player of the Year. So 10 weeks after his 10/1 birthday. Isn't that amazing? 10-week, 1 day after his 10th month, first day birthday. Fernando Mendoza named AP Player of the Year on Thursday. Isn't that amazing? And 101, his birthday, 10th month, first day, the 26th prime number. I told you Larry Bird's birthday was the other day. Check it out. Larry Bird's birthday 2 months and 6 days after Fernando Mendoza. Remember Larry Bird, born in Indiana, right? Played college basketball. Was it Indiana State, if I remember correctly? But then after playing for the Celtics, he went on to coach the Indiana Pacers in the NBA. So at that time, I told you Indiana hit number 1 right as Larry Bird had his birthday. I can't remember if it was the same day or the day after, but it was right there. Right? And then Indiana Colts quarterback Daniel Jones got injured. All this happening at the same time. But 2 months and 6 days after Fernando Mendoza's birthday is Larry Bird's birthday, 2/6. And then again, the 26 prime number 101, which is Fernando Mendoza's birthday, quarterback at Indiana. Come on, right? I just caught something else. They mentioned he had 33 touchdown passes, if I remember correctly, in the video. Larry Bird's got the 33 on his jersey. Remember, Bird equals 33 in the language, and 30. Played in the NBA for the Celtics. Celtics see the third letter. Now let's play that video and see if we can catch that 33 touchdown comment again. Hopefully you can hear it. He threw for 33 touchdowns this season. Can you believe that? Look at this. Born in 2003. You like that? Damn. And check it out, man. Ooh. It's their first Big Ten championship since 67. 67 days after Fernando's birthday is Larry Bird's birthday. Because look, 2 months and 6 days is the same as 67 days, but it's a 68-day span if you include both dates, and basketball equals 68. So and look, a 68 numerology on Thursday named AP Player of the Year. And I just caught that 67 because I heard in the video we just watched, first Big Ten title for Indiana since 67. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing, huh? So again, the 68-day span is including both dates, Fernando's birthday and Bird's birthday. But it's 67 days after Fernando's birthday, not counting it, is the Larry Bird birthday. Isn't that amazing? So it hits with basketball, and then it hits with the last Big Ten title for Indiana in 67. And then just to add that 68 date numerology on Thursday, damn, check that out. So you have the reverse cipher with the language right here. Fernando is first name 139, and 139 is the 34th prime number. He's the quarterback for Indiana. Indiana equals 34. Check out the last video I made on prime numbers. I think that was pretty solid, and I may do a part 2 in the future. That was kind of fun, and none of it was pre-planned, okay? 20 date numerology. Fernando Mendoza, his last birthday, and named AP Player of the Year on the day leaving 20 days in the year. This last game versus Ohio State, 13 points in the victory. Look at his last name in the language, 111 and 33, which is like 13. They have 13 wins with their undefeated season right there as well. That connects to the TJ Watt story. You see, TJ Watt equals 13 with that Indiana-Wisconsin connection. Remember, Wisconsin, the team TJ Watt played for in college. And remember his birthday 10 days after Fernando Mendoza, trending at the same time. Pittsburgh equals 130 like 13. Remember, TJ Watt is age 31. Steelers equals 31. Steelers equals 103 and 113 like 13. You see that? Do you like how I did that right there? Isn't that amazing? Man, I landed heavy there. So this is Fernando Mendoza's post Big Ten championship interview. Man, that landed heavy, man. I ain't gonna lie. Woo, that landed heavy. Man, let's scroll the article together. Jeez, that was wild. I'm feeling pretty comfortable here, feeling pretty confident. If you're out there, Richard, I don't know if you saw, I had a lot of trouble with the live I did yesterday. Like, it didn't post for hours, and I wrote a couple of feedback comments to YouTube, and I think it finally is visible. It's weird. There was an error that was popping up when I was clicking on it after spending like 30 minutes doing the live. And that's the 2 lives in a row where like I got like shut down. The last live I did, there was no volume, even though there should have been. So it was just all, I had to scrap it. I left it there, and I pointed out as I was putting comments in during it that there's no volume on all my devices for StreamYard for live streaming. And now I do another live stream and just more problems, but it appears that it posted finally. There's The audio's not great. It's okay. But again, it took several hours. It said it was processing for several hours before it hit. So unusual. Okay, so man, amazing, isn't it? There's that 67 right there. Remember Larry Bird's birthday, 67 days after Fernando Mendoza with the Indiana connection. First Big Ten championship here for Mendoza and the Indiana Hoosiers since 67. Isn't that wild? Catching that just, as we go along here. You see these other guys here on the list right here. Haven't really heard of those guys. And, we just scroll down and just see if some other numbers pop up that, we remember that connect from the decode that I just did. That 33 touchdowns was huge with the Larry Bird connection right there. So let's see, let's go over here. What bowl game is Indiana going to be in? Do we know yet? The Rose Bowl? That's good to know. The Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. Look, it's on 1-1. There's more ones, and they're ranked first. Is that a coincidence? Remember the 10th month birthday like one? Against the winner of Oklahoma and Alabama. No idea who that's going to be. Look, we're going to put Rose Bowl on the fly in the calculator, though. Okay. 109. I've been seeing those numbers a lot lately, but I can't necessarily tie them in here. But I'm going to hit find matches and just see. Watts got 44 like Rose Bowl right there. And it connects to some other things I've entered in the last few days. Right? Rose. Interesting. Just see what about Rose. Collapsed lung, TJ. Look, there's that TJ Watt connection right there, with the 51 and the 24. Collapsed lung, partially collapsed lung for TJ Watt. Okay, so a little bit going on there. Jeez. There's more stuff in here that could be mentioned, but man, I think we're solid here. 10th. I'm seeing more 10s with the 10th month birthday. 10 right there. Another 10 right there. They're talking about a 63-10 win at Illinois. There's another 3 right there. They're mentioning 2023. Remember, he's born in 2003. And that's our article. So very nice. And I hope I don't have to edit out the audio, the news clips I played and the interview by him. I hope not. But I mean, even without it, we're solid here. Fernando Mendoza, AP Player of the Year after leading Indiana to a 13-0 record and the top seed in college football playoff, I think is that what that means. If I don't know, let me know if I'm wrong. But we'll see what happens in that Rose Bowl, and there might be something else with the Rose Bowl that I'm not catching. What I mean by that is, like there's somebody on the damn team with the last name Rose, or maybe there's a Rose connected to Larry Bird or something. You know what I mean? What's the name of the new boss? What's the name of the stadium that the Boston Celtics play in? TD Garden? That's kind of like TJ Watt. You see that right there? That's kind of interesting. Isn't it? Who plays in, isn't there a Rose Garden? Is that where Portland plays? Who plays in the Rose Garden? Oh, okay. I thought it was a stadium. Is there a arena named Rose Garden? This is how connections land. It was Portland, home of the Trailblazers, and they renamed it. But you see, stuff like that is how, like you could look up the band Guns N' Roses, and there's going to be some kind of connection. Things like that, just as a decoder, you got to keep that stuff in mind, right? It's with the language, okay? Fernando Mendoza, AP Player of the Year after leading Indiana undefeated, 13-0. That completely syncs up with the Steelers right there, man, with the TJ Watt story for real. 1-3-0. Uh, top seed. We'll see what happens in the Rose Bowl, man. Until next time.